Hello, everybody. It's Stuart A. Swerdlow.
And Janet Diane Moya Swerdlow.
And this is the Expansions News Podcast for the middle of January 2018.
And we're going to be relatively quick because we are preparing for our week-long January
Which
class.
starts actually today.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to be relatively quick. Too bad you're not here because we have a stellar group coming.
Yes, too bad you're not here in minus 20 Celsius temperature. I can't even get the snow off the driveway because it's so cold.
So we're going to deal with
I actually lost my fingers. I thought I was going to go numb this morning.
Frozen emotions.
Anyway.
We're going to be digging into this week.
Yes, so anyway, I used my hyperspace work while I was, because I couldn't feel my thumbs or my pinkies anymore, and so I put red flush through it, and in a couple of minutes I started to be able to move my hands again.
Excellent.
Yeah, of course, other parts of me is still frozen, but my hands were working.
I'm glad you're practicing what you're preaching.
Now, we have to go fast because we don't have a lot of time, but I want to get right to a very disturbing story. And that is, of course, the meeting that President Trump had with the government officials regarding immigrations and so on. And there was Senators Durbin and Graham who had a proposal to Mr. Trump to increase border security funding and allow for 10 to 12-year path for citizenship for some undocumented immigrants and provided protections to individuals under the temporary protected status document from countries like El Salvador and Haiti. But that is when Mr. Trump, according to the story in the meeting, became vulgar, asking why does the U.S. need more Haitians and we need to take them out of this deal. And in a separate part of the conversation, he referred to people coming from Africa as, and I'm going to say it because it was on the news, shithole countries. Yes. Now, instead of denying what he said, the White House came out in defense of his Trump's immigration positions. And, of course, there's a big backlash from this, and many African countries, the ambassadors, want an apology from Mr. Trump for calling their countries such things.
But now, at some point, didn't he come out and say that he didn't say that?
He said he used very harsh language. He admits that, but that he didn't use those words. But, of course, there were people in the meeting who said, yeah, you did.
So now it's all over the media.
In fact, there was one senator who said that he was so disturbed being in a White House meeting and hearing the President of the United States speaking in such a racist and vulgar manner that it kind of reminded everyone of Adolf Hitler giving his speeches.
Well, of course, I have to bring Hitler in again.
But even Hitler didn't use bad language. He just said, that people are animals and blah. He didn't say like shithole and things like that. So, Trump was worse than Hitler.
Well,
anyway,
if he said it.
Anyway, besides all this, President Trump faces the embarrassment of not being invited to the royal wedding. Well, get over it. We're not invited. I had a gift and everything ready. No invitation. Not even save the date. Did you get it save the date?
I'm not so sure that I would want to go anyway.
No, but of course it's known that President Trump is very sensitive to being snubbed and expected to be invited to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding. But a royal household source pointedly said, and I quote, "Although the guest list hasn't been announced, there is no reason he would be invited." I guess that takes care of that.
They're all related, so that to me would be a reason to invite him.
Well, according to the protocols, the royal wedding has nothing to do with politics. It's about friends and family, and Trump is not their friend.
But he is their family.
So, according to, blah, blah. But officially, he's not. So then he's not invited. But apparently, Obama and Michelle will be invited. So that's like a worse snub. And so because of all of that, Mr. Trump canceled his visit to Britain in February. And although the UK officials privately expressed the hope that he would come to Britain at some point in 2018, but they said perhaps they're examining the idea of him visiting Scotland instead. You can come to Britain, but you must only go to Scotland. And we're killed. Because he likes to golf anyway. But Mr. Trump said he called off the London trip because he disagreed with the decision to sell off the old embassy too cheaply, and that he thought it was a big scam for the new one, and it was in a bad neighborhood, and blah blah. And he blamed Obama for that. But London Mayor Sadiq Khan was among those who commented that I'm glad he got the message not to come to London. And Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn also said he should not be invited. But Boris Johnson took aim at both of those people, accusing them of putting Britain's relationship with America at risk. And this is my favorite part. He labeled Mr. Khan, quote, a puffed up, pompous popinjay. What's a popinjay?
Apparently it's a British term.
See, in U.S. we would say a pompous ass. Or they would say arse, even though there's no R in it. But okay. So you're a popinjay. I'm going to call you a popinjay from now on.
I don't think it's flattering.
Well, you don't even know what it means.
I know it's not
neither
flattering.
do I. So that's all I have. We're in a hurry, so go.
All right, so
you go now.
I'm going to talk again about Trump, because this was interesting, because we have mentioned that we were just in Texas in October.
Yeah,
and
I'm not proud of it, but go on.
And we saw the borders between Mexico and the U.S. We saw the
which is like the river's like this wide.
Yeah, and we also saw the steep cliffs, and we saw how the cities interact with each other, and how the back and forth. So it's not anything what you're being told. So we saw this, and like we're just ordinary U.S. citizens, right?
You could just reach out and touch Ciudad Juarez.
So this was interesting to me because Kelly Conway, who's the White House counsel, appeared on CNN and told Chris Cuomo, quote, "The president discovered that part of it will be the physical wall, part of it better technology, part of it is also fencing. There are rivers involved, I'm told, mountains, terrain that isn't conducive to building an actual physical structure in some places."
She's been told?
Yeah, so they just...
Like she doesn't know the geography?
Right. And they've just discovered that terrain along U.S.-Mexico border is not conducive in some areas for a wall. Now, we have been telling you this since we saw it in October. Plus, if you just look on a map, you can see that.
Look at a map.
And not only that, but if this is what they're planning, then how come they just discovered this?
Yeah, she's like, wait, she's like, I'm told there's a river? Like, I'm so like, there's like the Rio Grande River or something?
Yeah.
Like, for sure?
Well, anyway, I just thought this was just terribly, again, embarrassing for the U.S.
Oh my gosh, it's embarrassing for everyone on Earth.
And then, of course, speaking of the president and presidential upcoming elections, now I told you way back when that it wouldn't surprise me to see Oprah Winfrey run.
Oh, that is no way. Then we are really leaving the country.
So she said, she gave a 5-minute speech at the Golden Globes calling for the end of women being victims of harassment and saying that there's a new day on the horizon.
Right. Meanwhile, the picture of her kissing, what's his name
Harvey
on the face?
Weinstein.
Harvey, right on the face and hugging him.
Yes, and singer Seal talked about that, and he said, quote, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution."
Right.
So we've heard a lot of bad things, personal stories that people have told us about their personal interactions with Oprah.
Yeah, and I know personally that she is a real piece of work.
Yeah, so I thought...
And nasty.
Yeah, so anyway, it was just interesting because I've been telling people...
She makes Hillary look good, actually.
And, well, again, they're all related, including her. And the Trump administration said that they welcome a potential clash with Oprah Winfrey in the 2020 presidential.
A lot of jokes you can make about that one.
Yeah, and plus I always said, Michelle Obama's probably going to throw her hat in there too. So all of that was interesting.
No.
And then moving along to the ballistic missile threat to Hawaii. That the people in Hawaii this past weekend were sent an emergency alert on their phones saying, quote, "Ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill," unquote.
What would you do if you got that on your phone?
I would immediately seek shelter.
Where?
Well, I guess basement.
Ballistic missiles kind. Where are you going to go? Underneath the bridge?
Well, that's what they told people to do. So people went to they said their garages and shelters.
That's going to protect them.
And listen to me. It took 38 minutes to send a corrected text.
Right.
That's a long time when you're in panic.
Right. Did you see the story today about that?
But tell me what it said.
The administrator of the Hawaiian Civil Defense, they said, an employee pressed the wrong button by mistake, and he's going to be, re-educated.
Retrained.
Okay, so listen.
Odd.
First of all, if it really, really did happen that way, he should be fired and fined and imprisoned. Okay, that's he'll be rejected. What's his name? Who's the employee? He doesn't exist. It's not a true story.
Yeah. So why do you think they sent the text?
I'll tell you why. Right now, because they're practicing for these alerts when the staged alien invasion comes, and they want to see how people react. So what better place than little Hawaii, an island where no one can get off or escape? So they'll see how people are when they're trapped. That's why.
Interesting, because was it yesterday, this morning?
It was all
We just
on
got
purpose.
one of those little Amber Alert things.
Yesterday I got.
Yeah, and the same thing. It's like they can take over your phone, they can send it out, and they're giving you a reason to allow it.
But the Amber Alert we got, it said that a little infant was, but no card, there's no description, no nothing. It's like,
they were wearing I think a pink onesie or something.
Or the millions of people out there, I'll just go, who has a pink onesie?
Yeah, so very odd.
Stupid.
Yeah, and speaking of the staged alien invasion, I just wanted to make you aware that more and more this is coming on mainstream news. Now, the Pentagon is now admitting that the Defense Department secretly set up a program 10 years ago to investigate unidentified flying objects.
It was like 50, 60, 70
I know,
years ago.
they're admitting 10 years. They said both the New York Times and the website called Politico published stories revealing the existence of the Pentagon's, in quotes, now defunct, Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. They're claiming this program ended in 2012. However, they admit that they still investigate potential episodes of unidentified flying objects.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now,
I'm so shocked.
Luis Elizondo, who presided over the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program, said, quote, I think it's pretty clear this is not us, and it's not anyone else, so one has to ask the question where they're from.
Okay,
unquote.
if it's not anyone else, then it doesn't exist.
Yes.
So it is someone else, you just say you don't know who it is.
And then he added that the existence of unidentified flying objects had been, quote, proved beyond reasonable doubt, unquote.
Oh, that's from the Pentagon.
Yes.
Who also said they don't exist.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then, also, now conspiracy theorists, now this is again coming out, conspiracy theorists think the Earth is hollow.
It is.
Yeah. And so apparently they must have been reading our Blue Blood book, which we published like originally like 20 years ago, I think, about. So read this book, as well as the True World History Humanity Saga. Both of these are going to tell you things that we wrote about years and years ago, and now all of a sudden, geez, they're
in the news.
That's right. So they're claiming that alien humans, Vikings, and Nazis live in paradise in the center of the Earth.
Well, I don't know if it's a paradise.
Plus, UFOs are sent from the globe's interior.
Well, they are.
So, but they're having this again on mainstream news. And of course, global warming, which is one of your favorite stories.
Right, because it's really warm outside at minus billion.
And not only that, on January 7th, the Sahara Desert got 16 inches of snow. January 7th.
Yeah, the Sahara Desert, one of the hottest places on Earth, it's snowing.
Yeah, and typically in January, their temperatures are about 50 degrees F. I don't know what that is.
Fahrenheit? Oh, 10 Celsius.
Okay. So it said that on January 7th, they received their third snow in 37 years. The one prior was a year ago, December 2016.
So it's getting closer together.
And then the one prior to that was 37 years ago in 1979.
So the snows are... So
this is global
they're probably going
warming.
to get one every year now.
And then the last story that I have for you, it has to do with the Me Too movement, which again we've talked about is silly at this point.
It's bizarre.
But the thing that's interesting to me is this particular story, the headline is, Some Women Enjoy Being Raped. Now, I've been telling you that rape is going to be part of New World Religion.
It is part of it.
That's right. And so they're trying to bring this out into the public. And there's a 62-year-old porn star turned agony aunt. I looked that term up. That's a woman who writes advice columns on love, dating, and relationships. So she's now a retired, I guess, porn star. Her name is Brigitte LaHaye. And she said that sometimes the body and the mind don't work together. So if anybody holds you down and does certain things to your body parts, certain things can happen, whether you're a male or a female, although here they're only talking about women. But it can happen to a man too. So they took that out of context and they said that women can enjoy rape. So, but that's what the phrase they're trying to imprint you with. Now, this woman is claiming that the Me Too hashtag is way out of proportion, which I happen to agree. She said that if it was taken out of context, she apologizes, but she said she's made no secret of her annoyance at social media campaigns to shame men accused of harassing women. I don't think it is the right method to change things. It is excessive, referring to the Me Too thing. So I just want you to know that, you know, you are being imprinted with a myriad of things. This is why you need to know hyperspace oversoul work, so you know who you are, where you came from, and where you're going instead of what other people are telling you. So, deprogramming, first of all, 13 Cube, True Reality of Sexuality. These two, definitely, you need to be reading in 2018. Healing books, Hyperspace Helper, Hyperspace Plus, Healing Archetypes and Symbols. These are books that you need to have on your bedside. And if you want to know universal law,
you need them in your head.
Universal law, decoding your life. This is basic material. I wrote this.
And that's the webinars that we do.
Yes,
is on that.
And the next session is starting in February because we're in the middle of our January one. This book I wrote almost 40 years ago, and you can use.
You're that old?
Yes, and you can use this every single day of your life in conjunction with a daily affirmations. Again, if you want to know what's going on, you need to know how to decipher the news and not just be a victim to it. So stop being a victim. Stuart says this is a classic. People love this book, and it's a great one to share.
That's my favorite, actually.
And I want to announce new book in print.
Look at that.
This one's...
This actually me in the morning.
Yeah, this is it. Bright and shiny and cheery.
Before I put my human body on.
I have actually a series of 4 which are on Kindle, and a lot of people love those books. We have them downloadable on our site, and we finally now have this one in print. This is the first one. It's not on the website yet, but it will be soon, and also on Amazon.com it will be on there soon. But anyway, so I just wanted to see what the first one looked like before I got the other 3 in print, but I'm happy with it. Great colors, and usually for children basically 5 and under, but I know a lot of adults have gotten a lot of information out of here. So get yourself some books. Usually I can get about 3 in an envelope with a reasonable, as far as postage
Remember
goes.
that time you tried to put me in an envelope?
Yeah, you were not cooperative.
I know.
I was very disappointed.
Because, you know, yeah, but the best part was like when you licked the end of it, like to seal it.
You like to lick it?
No, because I...
Once you were inside and you licked it?
No, because I couldn't fit.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
Okay.
Anyway,
February.
so we have the class starting today. So you're out of luck.
Yep.
And believe me, it's even I'm shocked
Awesome.
at what I'm going to say. And February, I will be in Ecuador
Yep.
to do a seminar and consultations. Then in March, this just came up in March, I'll be going to Boston to do a live TV show, which I told you about, Matrix Deactivated, and I'll be doing other things, which I'll tell you about another time.
Yeah.
But it's going to be quite amazing. We have a comedian who's going to be the hostess of the show.
We do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a live audience, and it's going to be super.
Yeah, so watch for that.
In April, I am tentatively scheduled now to be in Buenos Aires in Argentina.
That's one of your favorite places.
I love Argentina. I know Evita is waiting to come back to
Is
life
that it? Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
And then in May, we go to Istanbul to do You and I, a live TV show in Turkey. And then in June is the Italian trip.
Yep, so all kinds of exciting things going on. Watch our website, read our events. Please like, comment, and share our YouTube videos. Like, comment, and share on our Facebook pages. Let people know that they don't have to be a victim to the system. And that all this nonsense that's going on there, don't feed it energy. Take care of yourself first. Remember, put your oxygen mask, that's what they teach you on the plane, your own oxygen mask on first, then you can help other people. Do your best to be a living example. Right?
Yes, and pay attention to what happened in Hawaii. This is a test for the staged alien invasion. It's just the beginning.
And learn our protection techniques. A safe mind pattern means a safe person place. Okay?
Okay, and that's it for now. Bye.
Bye.